Hi, I'm Vila Lucas here with Julia Tiffin, and we are talking about the life activation session and finding your true north. So, right now, the whole world is in a lot of shift and upheaval. So, for you and me, Julia, we know it very specifically as we both went through big moves. Yes, you moved from South Africa to London.
Huge with a cat.
And so for me, my family and I moved across states. So we've had a lot of like physical reorientation to do around home and business practices, right? So you were in practice in Cape Town for how many years?
17 years.
So that's a lot to reorient as far as, having a business and moving your business and all that kind of thing. So beyond that, the whole world has been learning this lesson about the swirl of chaos and shift and change and the things that we thought we could rely on, schools and jobs, not being able to rely on them. So what can we rely on? How do we orient ourselves to that north, to that sense of like, this is what I know?
Well, that's like the key thing about the life activation, you see, is because it gets you realigned to your true north. And you may have been off key in various areas of your life, going in the wrong direction. And what it does immediately getting the life activation is it just starts lining you up to your true north. And it does it in increments, day by day. It's these small little micro movements moving you closer and closer and closer towards your true north. So before you know it, after some time has passed, you've actually reorientated yourself. Now, for me personally, Vida, and I'm sure you can relate to this, that when all the changes were happening in the pandemic, it didn't disrupt my true north. I knew where my north was. The pandemic gave me certain obstacles to move around to move towards my true north, but it didn't confuse me or disorientate me at all because I know where I'm going. In actual fact, the pandemic's reorganization of daily life actually made the path to my true north in some ways much easier. But I
Absolutely.
want to
And
talk.
so I think it might be helpful if we define that true north a little bit here. So it what we're talking about is that alignment that comes from within. So instead of it being an external, like this is what is right for me, or this is where I need to go based on what the world says, or what something outside of yourself says, that true north is about you knowing what's right for you, where you need to go based on what is within you. And the life activation is the number one thing you can do to help turn that on, to help turn on that internal compass to say, this is my north, this is where I need to go, and this is what I need to be doing.
Absolutely. And Vida, that true north that you speak about, that is coming in from your heart, the part of you
Mm.
that knows absolutely where your true goals are sitting, where your purpose is lying, what relationships you want to be involved with. That's that part of you that leads you to a state of joy, a state that no one else can disrupt. This is your absolute, incorruptible, true state of being that you're orientating towards. And the
Exactly.
life
And that's
activation does that.
and so that's what's been so cool actually about the pandemic, like you were speaking to, that it actually opened up this new world of where we have to see things differently. And so now it's like understanding the value of that joy that you're talking about, that value of that heart connection. And so if that is what you're looking for in your life, life activation is the number one thing you can do to get that connection going. So Julia, how do people find you to get a life activation where you're at?
You can come and find me on my website, juliatiffin.com. I'm based in London, and then when we get out the pandemic, I do serve in other parts of the world, in South Africa, in the Middle East, in Central Africa, and in Europe. So find me, just pop me your mail, and I can serve you where you are.
Wonderful. You can find me at innerradianceacademy.com. And I serve people in the Western United States. And we are so excited to have this amazing modality to help you find your true north, to connect to your heart, and have clarity in all the different pathways that you move in your life.